let us see what do we have next. n plus 1 into n plus 5 is a multiple of 3. So this is my statement P of n, that n plus 1 n plus 5 is a multiple of 3. Let's check its validity for n equal to 1. For n equal to 1, can I say 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 5 is a multiple of 3? So let's check. It is 1 into 2 into 6. So yes, it is a multiple of 3. 12, which is, so what I have written, for n equal to 1, P of 1 will be equal to this 12, which is a multiple of 3. Hence, P of 1 is true. Right, so base step is over. Now let's do the assumption step or the inductive step. So assume it to be true for P of k or for n equal to k. So assume P of k to be true. Then I can say k into k plus 1 into k plus 5 is a multiple of 3, or I can write it as 3 into some integer m, where m belongs to positive integers, or let us say natural numbers. Okay, because P of k is, we have assumed to be true. So k into k plus 1 into k plus 5 is a multiple of 3. So I have written it as a multiple of 3. So m belongs to natural numbers here. Now we need to prove P of k plus 1 to be true. To prove P of k plus 1 to be true, k plus 1 into k plus 2 into k plus 6 should be a multiple of 3. What I have done is, I have replaced every k here with a k plus 1. So to prove P of k plus 1 to be true, this product k into k plus 2 in k plus 1 into k plus 2 into k plus 6 should be a certain multiple of 3, let us say lambda here. This is what we need to prove using this equation here. Alright, so let's see how we can do that. So using 1, what is first equation? K into k plus 1 into k plus 5 equals 3m, right? If I open this, what can I write here is k cubed, or you do it the way you want to do it. Okay, let me do it step by step. So first thing what I am doing is I am multiplying these two, k squared plus k into k plus 5, and then I will multiply these two, k cubed plus k squared plus 5k squared plus 5k, and it is equal to 3m. This is what I have assumed. So which tells me that k cubed plus 6k squared plus 5k is equal to 3m, multiple of 3. Now the left hand side of P of k plus 1 is this. Let us simplify it a little bit. Left hand side of P of k plus, let me write, left hand side of P of k plus 1 is a product of k plus 1 into k plus 2 into k plus 6. Let us simplify or open the brackets. So let me open these two first. So it will give me k squared plus 2k plus k squared plus k plus 2k plus 2 into k plus 6, right? Now let us multiply these. K cubed, now this k plus 2k is 3k, 3k into k is 3k squared, then 2 into k will give me 2k. Now multiply everything with this 6, so 6k square plus 18k plus 12. So what you ultimately get is k cubed and how many k squared? 9k squared, 2k, 18k, that means 20k in total, and then 12. Alright, so this is the expression that you have for left hand side of p of k plus 1. Now we will be using this equation here, right? How to use it? I will use this expression because this is nothing but the equation number 1, right? This I have written it in simplified form, or this is another way to write equation number 1, right? I hope this much is, I don't have to explain it. So what I can do is I can simply create this expression on the left hand side of k plus 1, that is I can write it as k cubed plus 6k squared plus 5k here, and this was 9k square, so this I have written 6k squared, so let me write 3k square here. I have written 5k out of these 20k, so rest 15k let me write here, and then this 12. Now I can use this one and replace this with 3m, which is this, right? Let me replace this with 3m. So I can write it as 3m plus 3k squared plus 15k plus 12. As you can see from this expression, this quadratic expression, I can simply take 3 outside, right? So I can write it as 3m plus 3 into k squared plus 5k plus 4. Right? Now k is a positive integer, right? K is a positive integer, so we can say that this entire expression is a multiple of 3, or in other words what you can do is you can take 3 outside, and whatever is written inside m plus this entire quadratic expression, you can simply consider it to be lambda. So this is 3 into some lambda, which is an integer. So you can say that this p of k plus 1 is also a multiple of 3, hence p of k plus 1 is true. Now the final statement, that is p of 1 is true. Truth of p of k implies the truth of p of k plus 1. Hence, by principle of mathematical induction, p of n is true. P of n is true. So the question is over. Let us look at the next one, which is also on similar lines. Now this expression we have to prove to be divisible by 11. So let's consider this statement as p of n. What is this? 10 raised to power 2n minus 1 plus 1 is divisible by 11, right? This is the statement. So let's check its validity for n equal to 1. So for n equal to 1, this will be 10 raised to power 2 minus 1, that is 10, plus 1, which is 11. So yes, 11 is divisible by 11. Hence, I can say p of 1 is true. Right? Now let us assume it to be true for p of k, or for n equal to k. So let p k be true. Then my statement will be 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 plus 1 is divisible by 11. Let it be statement number 1, right, which is a true statement as per our assumption. So now we need to prove p of k plus 1 to be true. So for p of k plus 1, this statement, this expression will become 10 raised to power 2 into k need to be replaced with k plus 1. So if k is replaced with k plus 1, 2 into k plus 1 will become 2k plus 2, and then this minus 1, 2k plus 2 minus 1 will become 2k plus 1, and then plus 1 is divisible by 11. This is what you need to prove, p of k plus 1 to be proved using 1, right? This is what needs to be proved. Now let's work on this expression, and this is divisible by 11, this expression here. So let's write it. Let's write 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 plus 1 as some multiple of 11, that is, let us write as 11 lambda. Okay, and this is my first equation, so I'll be using that here. Now this can be written as 10 into 10 raised to power 2k, right? I can separate these powers. 2k, what is this? This is 1, so I can write it as 10 raised to power 2k plus 1. But if you see in this expression, which is my given expression, which I will use to prove the truth of p of k plus 1, contains 10 raised to power 2k minus 1. So can I separate it like that? Yes. I can write it as 10 raised to power 2 into 10 raised to power 2k minus 1, which will again give me the same result here. So it is okay to write this as this. So let me do that. 10 raised to power 2k plus 1 can be written as 10 raised to power 2 into 10 raised to power 2k minus 1. Now what I can do is I can replace this 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 with 11 lambda minus 1. So it will be 10 squared, this will be equal to 10 squared into 10 raised to power 2k minus 1. So I am replacing it with 11 lambda minus 1. Right? What I need to prove is, I need to prove that this is divisible by 11, right? So this will be some multiple of 11m, let us say. So what I can do is, what I am trying to do is, I am trying to manipulate this left hand side using this equation, which is a given, which is a assumed step, right? So let's do that. This is 100 into 11. What I've done here is I've replaced this with 11 lambda minus 1. Now this one you don't have to forget. So let's write it here. Now if you see, I'll have 100 into 11 lambda minus 100 plus 1. So this will be equal to 11 into 100 lambda minus 99. So can you take 11 outside? Yes. 100 lambda minus 9. Let us consider this to be equal to m. So I can write it as 11m. So this is what I wanted to prove, this expression to be divisible by 11. So yes, it is a multiple of 11, so it is surely divisible by 11. Hence I can say p of k plus 1 is true, right? So the final statement that p of 1 is true. Truth of p of k implies the truth of p of k plus 1. Hence, by principle of mathematical induction, p of n is true. Right? What I've done in this question is, see, I was given this statement, right, that it is divisible by 11. I was supposed to prove this to be true. So I have assumed it to be Pn, written this, then P of 1, which is 11 on the left hand side, so it is surely divisible by 11, hence P of 1 is true. Now I assumed the truth of P of k, that is the statement 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 plus 1 is divisible by 11. This is what we assumed. So we wrote this, that it is some multiple of 11, right? If it is divisible by 11, so it is some multiple of 11. Now using this, we had to prove that this expression p of k plus 1 is true, or in other words, only this much portion, that is this one, is some multiple of 11. So we started working on this. So we wrote it in this form. We separated it as 10 squared plus 10 raised to power 2k minus 1. Why did we bring this into picture? Because I had to use this first equation, and here I have got some value for this. 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 can be written as 11 lambda minus 1. So this is what I just did here. So I replaced it with 11 lambda minus 1, and then by further manipulating it, I came to know that it is also a multiple of 11, hence P of k plus 1 is true than the usual statement that we make in the end. And this is a similar question that we need to prove it to be divisible by x plus y. So let it be P of n. For n equal to 1, I can see that x squared minus y squared. I'll get, for n equal to 1, I'll get x squared minus y squared here, which is x minus y into x plus y. Hence, it is divisible by x plus y, right? Because x plus y is one of the factors of it for n equal to 1. So I can say P of 1 is true. Now let it be true for n equal to k. So P of k will give you x raised to power 2k minus y raised to power 2k is divisible by x plus y, right? So let us write it in other terms in form of an equation. X raised to power 2k minus y raised to power 2k is some multiple of x plus y, where m is a positive integer, right? Or m is an integer. Even then it will be divisible, right? Okay, so let it be my equation number 1. When is something divisible? Now this is a polynomial expression, right? When I say m is an integer, that was the divisibility of two numbers. When this is a polynomial, that means this has to be one of the factors, and this rest of the expression can be another polynomial. For example, if you see x square minus y square, it was nothing but x minus y into x plus y. So it was divisible by x plus y. And what was this m here? It was another polynomial expression. Okay, so if this is x raised to power 2k here, right, and if this is being separated, or if it is divisible by some linear polynomial, I'll have here in place of this m some polynomial of 2k minus 1 degree. Right? I hope you understand this much, or you can simply assume it to be equal to some m into x plus y. Now m may or may not be an integer here, right? That is why I gave this clarification here, because this is a polynomial expression. Okay, so you don't have to write that m is an integer. Alright, so this is divisible by x plus y. So I made this statement here. Now I need to prove the truth of P of k plus 1. So on the left hand side, what I require is x raised to power 2k plus 2, because if I replace this k with k plus 1, so it will be multiplied with this 2, so it will become 2k plus 2 minus y raised to power 2k plus 2 should be some multiple of, let us say, lambda into x plus y. This is what we need to prove. And we will use this to prove this. So how do we use it? By manipulating this expression here and bringing it in some form which will help me to use this equation number 1. So I have got x raised to power 2k here, and I have got x raised to power 2k plus 2 here. So can I write it as x raised to power 2k into x square? Yes. And can I write this as y raised to power 2k into y squared? Yes. Now why have I written them with a gap? Because I want to bring in something so that I can have this kind of expression, x raised to power 2k minus y raised to power 2k, right? So if I subtract, let us say x squared into y raised to power 2k, right? Now see, I'll take x square outside and I'll have x raised to power 2k minus y raised to power 2k, for which I know the value. So I have subtracted it, so I'll have to add the same thing. Now this is a manipulation that I'm trying for the first time. Okay, because every time I may try something different, but this is what I'm trying right now. Let me see whether it works or not. So this is the left hand side here, and which is obviously equal to lambda into x plus y, because I haven't, oh, which I have to prove to be equal to lambda into x plus y. So let us start with the left hand side of p of k plus 1 here. So let's do the basic thing that we wanted to do. Let's take x square outside. I'll have x raised to power 2k minus y raised to power 2k here. And if I take okay, y raised to power 2k common from here, I'll have x squared minus y squared here. So this is my first term, this is my first term, this is the second term that I've got. So now see, I've got value for this x raised to power 2k minus y raised to power 2k, which is m into x plus y. So this first term can be written as m into x plus y. And if you notice this second term, I can write it as y raised to power 2k into x minus y into x plus y. And from this entire expression, I can take x plus y outside. And inside the bracket, I'll have some m from the first term and then y raised to power 2k into x minus y from the second term. But anyhow, you can see that p of k plus 1 is divisible by x plus y, or this term is divisible by x plus y. That means p of k plus 1 is true, and hence p of 1 is true. P of k implies the truth of p of k plus 1, hence by PMI I can say p of n is true. Next question is also related with divisibility. So let us consider this to be p of n. Let's check its validity for n equal to 1. So 3 raised to power 2 into 1, 2 plus 2, 4, minus 8 into 1, minus 9. So let's see whether it is divisible. So this is 81 minus 8 minus 9. So let me write 81 minus 8 minus 9. So what is this? This is 71 minus 7, so 64, which is divisible by 8. Hence I can say p of 1 is true, or the given statement is true for n equal to 1. Now let's assume that it is true for n equal to k. Assume it to be true for n equal to k, right? So what will be p of k? The statement that 3 raised to power 2k plus 2 minus 8k minus 9 is some multiple of 8, right? And let it be my equation number 1. Okay, so and now I need to prove the truth of p of k plus 1 using this. So let's write the left hand side for p of k plus 1. So let me write 3 raised to power. Now I need to replace k with k plus 1. So it will be 2k plus 2. So 2k plus 2 plus 2 will become 2k plus 4 minus 8 into k plus 1. So it will be 8 in 8k plus 8. So that will become minus 8, minus 9. Now this I need to show equal to some 8 into lambda, right? This is what I need to prove. So I will be working on this part to show it equal to some multiple of 8, and I will use this equation to do that. So let's do that. Now see, to use this equation, this first one, I need to bring it into some this 3 raised to power 2k plus 2 form. So what I'll do is I'll manipulate this term here and write it as 3 raised to power 2k plus 2, and this 2 I will write it like this, 3 raised to power 2. Now see, if the bases are same, the exponents will get added. So I have written this term, I have rephrased this term or rewritten this term in this form, minus 8k minus this is 17. Now we will see whether this term is a multiple of 8 or not, right? This is to be proved. Okay, so now let us replace this with what we know. What do we know? We know about this to be equal to 8m plus 8k plus 9. So let's do that. Or what else can you do? You can bring this entire term in form of this left hand side. These, okay, let me first replace it with this, then I'll show you the other way around that I want to say. So let me replace this with 8m plus 8k plus 9 into 9 minus 8k minus 17. This is something that I can write. So this will be equal to 72m plus 72k plus 81 minus 8k minus 17, which is equal to 72m plus 72k minus 8k will be 64k. 81 minus 17 will be 64. Now if you see, you can take 8 common from this, so you can write this as 8 into 9m plus 8k plus 8. So it is certainly a multiple of 8, hence I can say p of k plus 1 is true. Now other thing that I was saying was that you can bring this expression entirely into this form. How? Because this is nothing but 9 into 2k plus 2, so you can write it as 9 into 3 raised to power 2k plus 2, and then this is 8k and this is 8k here also. Okay, in this expression 8k here also. So if I write it like this, 9 into 8k, okay, so in the end, no, this was only minus 1 8k with you. I have written is a minus 9 8k. So in the end you will have to add 8 into 8k to make the statement same. And here it was minus 9, here it is minus 17. So if I write it as minus 81, which is minus 9 into 9. So if I write it minus 81, I'll have to add 64 to make it minus 17. Now if you look at this part, you take 9 common and you will have the exactly same statement as this, which was 8m, and the rest of the terms you can write as 64 plus this is 64k. So now you can see from the first term you can take 8 outside, from this term this is divisible by 8, this is divisible by 8, so entire expression is divisible by 8. So p of k plus 1 is true, hence you can say p of 1 is true, p of k implies p of k plus 1. So by principle of mathematical induction, p of n is true. It looks like a similar question here. So we know what kind of manipulations we have to do. So first thing, we will check it for n equal to 1. This is p of n. For n equal to 1, 41 minus 14 is 27. So it is a multiple of 27. So it is true. 27 is a multiple of 27. So yes, p of 1 is true. Now assume it to be true for n equal to k. So 41 raised to power k minus 14 raised to power k is some multiple of 27. Is some multiple of 27, where m is an integer. So let it be my equation number 1. Now I need to prove p of k plus 1 to be true. So for that I need 41 raised to power k plus 1 minus 14 raised to power k plus 1 to be equal to some multiple of 27. This is what needs to be proved. So let's use its left hand side only. So I will use this equation to prove this to be multiple of 27. So I'll have to write this expression in form of this left hand side, right, where I have got 41 raised to power k. So let me write this term as 41 raised to power k into 41. I can write this because if the base is same, you can add the exponents. So minus, this can be written as 41 into 4, you can write this as 41 k into 14, right? There is this minus sign here. So I have created this gap just to do that manipulation. So what I need here is 41 raised to power k minus 14 raised to power k. So if I write minus 41 into 14 raised to power k here, now if I take 41 common, I'll have exactly the same expression here. So I have subtracted this and I'll have to add the same thing to keep the expression same. Now this is exactly the same expression which was on the left hand side of p of k. So what I'll do here is I'll take 41 common and write 41 raised to power k minus 14 raised to power k here, and on this side I'll have 14 raised to power k as common and 41 minus 14 inside. So this is, we know, as per statement number 1 or using 1, I can write it as 27m, right? And here I've got 14 raised to power k into 27. So if you now notice, I can take 27 outside because it is present in both the terms. So I'll have 41m plus 14 raised to power k inside. So yes, it is some multiple of 27. Hence, I can see. Now this lambda is any constant. It is not that the value of lambda will be this exactly. You could have taken some k, m, n, p, anything here, right? But if I assumed this to be lambda, then yes, this is what I have arrived at. So it is this multiple of 27. Hence I can say p of k plus 1 is true. So the statement p of 1 is true, p of k implies p of k plus 1. So principle of mathematical induction. By principle of mathematical induction, p of n is true. That is 41 raised to power k minus 14 raised to power k is a multiple of 27. Now this is another question based on an inequality. So let this inequality be p of n. Let us check it for n equal to 1. So 2 into 1 plus 7 will be 2 plus 7, and n plus 3 squared will be 1 plus 3 squared. This is 9, this is 16. So yes, 9 is lesser than 16, hence I can say p of 1 is true. So first of all, you need to establish the truth of p of 1. Now you need to assume p of k to be true. So assume 2k plus 7 is lesser than k plus 3 squared. This is what I've assumed. Let it be my inequality number 1. This is not an equation, okay? So what I need to prove, I need to see p of k plus 1 to be true, right? So what I need to prove is that 2 into k plus 1 plus 7 is lesser than k plus 1 plus 3 squared. This is what I need to prove or need to observe. Okay, so let me write this side only. Let me call it left hand side of p of k plus 1. So 2k plus 2 plus 7, that is 9. Okay, so what I can do is I need to use this, right? So to use this, what I can do is I can add 2 on both sides of the inequality, which is allowed, right? I can add 2 on both sides. So left hand side will become 2k plus 9, and it will be lesser than k plus 3 squared plus 2, right? Because I have added the same thing on both sides of inequality, which is allowed. And this is what I require in the end, k plus 4 squared. What I require on the right hand side, k plus 4 squared. that this expression 2k plus 9, this expression is lesser than k plus 4 square. So let's check. Okay, so this is k squared plus 9 plus 6k plus 2. So this is k squared plus 6k plus 11. Now if you notice, what was k plus 4 squared? It is k squared plus 8k plus 16, right? It was k squared plus 8k plus 16. Can I use that here? Can I write it as k squared plus 8k plus 16, and then this was 6k, right? And this is 8k, so I can write minus 2k. This is 11, this is 16, so I'll write minus 5 here. Now if you see, this expression and this expression are same expressions, right? Now let us see. This first part, or this quadratic, is nothing but k plus 4 squared, and minus you have 2k plus 5 here. So this 2k plus 9 is lesser than k plus 4 squared minus something. See, it is lesser. Can I say if 2k plus 9 is lesser than k plus 4 squared minus something, then it will definitely be lesser than k plus 4 squared? Can I say that? Yes, because this term that is written here is itself lesser than k plus 4 squared. So obviously something that is lesser than this term will definitely be lesser than the term which is more than it. Okay, all right. And why is it lesser than it? Because k here is a positive integer. This is something that you should keep in your mind. That is why it is lesser, right? If k would have been some let us say negative integer, then the scenario would have changed. Okay, but k is a positive integer, so this expression is something lesser than k plus 4 squared. So if 2k plus 9 is less, let us say k is less than 3, which is, now 3 is less than 5, so can I say k will also be less than 5? Yes, I can say that. This is what I have said here. So p of k plus 1 is true. Hence p of 1 is true. This is what we have shown, and truth of p of k implied the truth of p of k plus 1. Hence, by principle of mathematical induction, p of n is true. Okay, so this was about this chapter. I hope you would have found this chapter really interesting. And okay, I think you have learned this. I hope I have not confused you anywhere. Thank you.